There's a new Republican entering the ring in the race for Arizona Senate. Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb is expected to formally announce his bid next week. His announcement video, though, is already laying out his strategy to win over voters in the Grand Canyon state.
We need leaders in this country that aren't too politically correct to protect us. We can finish the wall and keep our own communities safe. It's time to declare the drug cartels terrorist organizations and use military force to wipe them out, just like we did to ISIS.
Arizona could very easily decide who controls the Senate come 2025. Republicans lost both the Senate and governor's race in Arizona last November, largely because of Kari Lake. She aligned herself with everything crazy about the Republican Party: election denial, claiming Democrats have a demagogue agenda, threatening to imprison journalists and her political adversaries, and saying the Constitution protected the right to own rocket launchers. Lake raised a lot of money, did a huge number of cable TV hits, but lost a very winnable governor's race. And yet Lake remains popular with Arizona Republicans, so much so that she's at 38% in the primary poll for Senate. That's 30 points ahead of Lamb, 29% undecided. Sheriff Mark Lamb is with us now from Pinal County, between Phoenix and Tucson. It is good to have you with us, sir. Thank you. I'm trying to understand your campaign, and I'm wondering if it's a little bit like Glenn Youngkin's in Virginia, which was MAGA without the crazy. Is that the lane you're going for?
Look, I think Arizona's just hungry for somebody, some common sense, some decency, and that's what we're going for. You know, I think they want a proven conservative fighter that's going to stand up for the people of Arizona and protect what we love, which is God, family, freedom. I've been doing it for 7 years as a sheriff in Pinal County, won 2 elections. Look forward to replicating it on a state level.
All right, let me read you what Ruben Gallego, who's running for Senate as a Democrat, said about you. Mark Lamb claims he loves law and order. He refuses to condemn the attack of roughly 140 officers who were injured or killed in the January 6th insurrection, a threat to our democracy, and is unfit for elected office. Look, I think there's a lot to be said for not looking backwards and looking forwards, but you know you're going to have to answer these questions from the press and from Democrats, certainly if you win the primary on the debate stage. Isn't part of leadership being willing to call balls and strikes, even if it's your own party?
Absolutely. And, you know, I've been calling balls and strikes for a long time. In law enforcement, we deal in black and white. We deal in evidence. We deal in we don't have the luxury of politicking all the time in law enforcement. So this is something I've been doing for a long time. I've had to deliver a lot of hard messages as a sheriff, but I think that's what makes me suited for this. I think that's what people are hungry for in Arizona, is a straight shooter, somebody that's going to say it how it is, regardless of whether it goes along with your party or against the other party. And as far as, you know, the criticism, look, I didn't get into that. You got to be tough to be in this business. And like Aristotle says, the only way to avoid criticism is to do nothing, say nothing, or be nothing.
All right, fair enough. I want to play your announcement video one more time because I want to ask you specifically about it. Take a listen.
We need leaders in this country that aren't too politically correct to protect us. We can finish the wall and keep our own communities safe. It's time to declare the drug cartels terrorist organizations and use military force to wipe them out, just like we did to ISIS.
I just want to be precise in the language. When you say military force to wipe out ISIS, are you talking about Predator drone strikes, special forces raids into Mexico, even if the Mexicans don't agree to it?
No, I think we've got to have Mexico as a partner, a willing partner. And I think that they showed that they are willing to be a good partner under the last administration. They worked well with us. They were working on their side of the border. We were working on ours, and we had a lot of success. The cartels over the last 2 years have become incredibly powerful. They have amassed a lot of weapons. They have amassed large armies, and Mexico's going to need help to deal with them. They are terrorist organizations. They strike terror in the fear of a lot of Americans who have lost loved ones to the fentanyl poisonings, to the people that are coming here to make a better life, who are being abused and enslaved many times into the sex slave. These are terrorists, and we need to treat them as such. We cannot continue to allow American lives be taken by what these cartels are bringing into our country.
No, I couldn't agree with you. I don't normally take sides on issues, but we've been very outspoken about the terrorist organizations part of this, because the cartels kill way more Americans than terrorist organizations ever have, by multiples. I know you know that from the deaths you see, not only from what the cartels do in terms of actually killing people, but the fentanyl they provide. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.